Hello, my beautiful children of the stars. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me in this very quick message that I have been guided to give you. Now, I've got a question. For you. Which voice is the one voice that you must follow, and that is the only voice for you to listen to and follow? You are divine. What is it? As you're watching this video, maybe type that down in the chat. And I don't think you'll be surprised when you hear the answer, but there's a little more to it. So please hear me out, watch this video till the end. It's going to be a very quick message. These days, there have been a lot of voices telling you what to do. Suddenly, the government, our families, our friends, a lot of people around us, suddenly our employers, right? Suddenly know what's good for us. They know what's good for you. You don't know what's good for you. So you have to do what other people tell you because you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what's good. You don't know what's right. You have no idea. You're only a little child. You're an imbecile. So you have to listen to these voices telling you what to do. And if you don't, then you're an outcast, then you're an imbecile, then you're an idiot. That's basically what's been happening. So I find that very interesting. And I was the other day actually, watching some news, listening here and there, and I was thinking, wow, I don't think I've ever had so many strong voices commanding me in my life what to do, how to walk around, what to put in my body, what to inject my body with, where to go, how to interact. Like suddenly there's so many rules of normality that I have to comply with to be an intelligent, responsible human being or like a valuable, I would say, contributor of society. And that's what's been happening. So I want to contest that by saying there's only one voice, and this is to you who is asking, what should I do? I don't know what to do. Where? I need information. How do you make your choices? I want to ask you that. How do you make your choices? If there's a choice, what do? You start researching, Google, this, that, news, science. You start asking, you start looking, you start asking your mother, your father, your friends. You have conversations. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something which may be surprising to you. If there's a choice you have to make, only do research for about half an hour, just to get a frame of reference, to get a frame of understanding, because that's all you need. Half an hour. Don't ask 100 people. Maybe ask 3 of your very closest, most trusted friends or family members who you kind of vibe with, right? Ask 3 people, do half an hour research, no matter what question it is. I'm going to tell you why. So these are the instructions. Do not continue to do more and more and more research and ask more and more people, because every choice out there has thousands and millions of arguments, proofs of one or the other side, opinions, directions. There is everything under the sun that you can imagine out there regarding a choice. So I want you, whatever it is, if it is about injecting yourself with something, if it is about travel, the way you move, the way you walk, who you meet, your whole belief system, no matter what it is, maybe ask 3 people, half an hour research. And then it's time. Then it's time to listen to the one voice that is always true, that always knows the answer 100%. The one voice that is always for you, that knows perfectly what is good for you in the moment. And it is the voice of your own soul. Not just your voice, the voice of your soul, right? We are beautiful starseed beings. Some of us are earther souls, but we are beautiful divine souls merged into the human body in a very dense 3D I would say, density or dimension. And in this very dense 3D dimension, our soul, which is connected to the divine all the way up, our soul is cut off a little bit. The density makes it a little bit hard for us to hear our soul. And that's the problem. That's the only problem we have. So that voice of your soul is the same voice as the voice of God, right? As you can see, I'm not afraid to put that word into my mouth. God, the divine creator source, the central sun, whatever you call it. Your soul's voice, that voice of your soul is the voice of the divine, because your soul is connected. Your soul is multidimensional, and you are a little particle of God. You're a God particle. And the more within and the deeper you go listening to your soul's voice, the more you get a hold of that essence, the higher you will go, and the more godly and the more divine that voice will be. And that is the only voice that truly knows for you what is best. And I said, for a reason, only do half an hour research and ask 3 people. Because your soul already knows. You don't even have to do the research. Your soul already knows. It's good for us, our little brain, to get a frame of understanding, a frame of reference. But each time you touch on a piece of information, let's say you're trying to figure out whether to take the jab or not. That's the big question. Should I not? Is it bad? Is it good? So the only person who can know that for you is your soul. Your soul's voice will tell you what to do. Not me, not anyone else in the whole world. And the thing is this, your soul is it's so wise and intelligent and all-knowing. Your soul already mapped out your life for you and gave you free will to go and do your thing. But your soul is there guiding you all the time, if you hear that voice or not. So if you just look at one piece of news, you touch on it, in that second, your soul is saying yes or no. That's what it is. It's energy, right? So if you research, let's say the question, should you take this or not? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it true what they say or not? You just have to look a little bit. Look, let's say you're doing a Google search or a YouTube search. Look at each piece of information for like 5 seconds. For me, I am so in tune that I just have to look at a thumbnail. Something just has to pop up and I energetically connect and already know, is it worth watching? Yes or no? Is there truth in it? Yes or no? How much truth is it? Completely or not? Like, I just have to look at the title, the thumbnail. I just have to perceive it, and then my soul is already saying yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, rubbish, BS, yes, maybe. So that's what I'm telling you. And the thing is this, your soul usually does not come in a loud voice. All the other voices are loud, and you know which ones are the loudest? The ones that are saying, get V, get the V, get the V, get the V. Those are the loudest voices. They are so loud that it's like, can you please stop so I can kind of hear something else? So I can kind of start to get some peace and quiet and think. Those voices telling you what to do are so freaking loud, and the voice of your soul is so quiet. Most of the time, your soul's voice is a tiny little whisper. It's a breeze of a whisper deep within you. But it's something that you can recognize. So my dear friends, your soul will tell you immediately if something is good or bad. You listen to these 3 people. You just have to look at that person. They have to open your mouth and your soul is already saying no or yes. And you know that feeling. So if you are telling me I don't know what to do, I call you out on that. You know what to do, because your soul of souls is always speaking to you in that whisper, but you don't want to listen. You have blocked it out maybe through fear, through stress, through running. Those loud voices are trying to drown it out, but it's never really gone. That voice is always there. Somehow it comes through, somehow. It comes through with an impulse through your heart, your mind, a feeling, a little vision, a little confirmation, a little bird flying by, a little shiver, a little your soul always comes through. And the only thing you have to do is just stop for a moment, just get quiet, just like, okay, the world, stop. All you need is one breath to just stop all the voices, tune within, and your soul will tell you what to do, 100%. And you just have to be willing to listen, because your soul will not tell you what is most comfortable, what is easiest, what is most logical, right? It's really not like that. Your soul will tell you truth. Your soul will give you that impulse where you're like, oh, I knew this. How many times have you made a choice which in the end was wrong, and then you're like, I knew it. Every single time it's like, I knew it. Because your soul was giving you so many signs. And often the thing is this, your soul starts with a whisper. If you don't listen to it and you override that whisper, it gets louder and louder and louder and louder. And in the end, your soul is screaming at you. And that's when you start to kind of talk your way out of it. Like, no, this is fine. So you start coming up with arguments for yourself why you shouldn't listen to that voice, right? You know what I mean? It happens. So one indicator that you are not listening to your soul's voice is when you start making arguments for yourself why or why not to do something. Like you have this feeling, I shouldn't do this, but there's like, no, but there's this and this argument, and you start giving yourself arguments why you should do it. And why are you doing that? Why are you arguing against yourself? It's because you actually know what it is you need to do, and you just don't want to do it. It's too difficult. It goes against what everyone else is saying. It's uncomfortable. You would have to change your life. Oh my God. You would have to change your belief systems. Oh no. You would have to trust in the universe and maybe do something that brings a little bit of fear and uncertainty. Oh my goodness. But that's how it is. Your soul always tells you what to do. And seriously, my friends, do not listen to anybody. Don't listen to me either. The only thing to listen to is that I'm telling you to listen to your soul, right? Yes, do listen to that, but about any subject matter, what you should or shouldn't do, what's right or wrong, I have my opinions about all this. But I always say, listen to your own truth, your own intuition, your own soul. And if you have a different opinion or viewpoint, then do that and don't do what I'm saying. I always say that, don't I? I respect every single soul's whisper in every person. So if there's anything that you do in these crazy times, when you're running around trying to navigate, you have to stop and say, oh, what's my soul saying? Like, what is it? And it's here, it's the heart. Like, you can feel it in your heart, no matter if the message comes clairvoyantly or claircognizantly, or it's like your heart is the gateway. It's a gateway. It's a portal to your soul. It's a portal to the divine, and the divine is you. You understand this? So if you're not sure about something, don't do it, and just tune in and ask. And be brave enough to listen to your soul. Be brave enough to do that. It takes a lot of bravery. For me, right now in life, I feel very sure of what I'm doing. I know exactly what is good and what is bad. Not because I'm so arrogant and I'm the greatest. No, because I have learned through trial and error and through many mistakes that I did. I've learned to listen to that soul's voice, because when I didn't listen to it, I got in big trouble. When I didn't listen to it, it was a disaster, a complete disaster. I'm thinking back now, the biggest mistakes that I have made, the biggest disasters that I've lived through, is because I did not listen to my soul. I didn't listen. There were red flags. My soul was screaming. My soul was telling me, and my guides are part of my soul. I talk a lot about my guides. I see my higher self, which is the soul in a higher dimension, more pure. And my guides of a higher dimension are part of that team of light with my soul in the middle. In the end, it's always me, my own essence, my own soul that will make the decision, but my guides are there as kind of, those are the only voices I truly listen to, because they are part of me. I see them as part of me, and they are part of the divine at a higher density. So my guides are the only counselors, I would say, that I listen to. But my soul filters the voices of my guides as well, right? So if I say I'm talking to my guides or my higher guidance, it is those spirit guides that I have so many of, the animals, the Pleiadians, so many, my counsels. But it is my own soul that called them forth, that works with them, and that knows to trust them. Here on earth, there are a few people I trust, but in the end, it's always me, my own soul of souls, that takes all the information and says yes or no, right? So I implore you to forget what everyone else is saying. Just forget what they're saying. And get all the information. Get the information and then just go within and ask. You can do this. It's a practice. You can ask yourself, what should I do? What should I do? What is the right thing to do? And I've learned to do this, and that's why I am 100% in my path and purpose. It doesn't mean it's all perfect, but when I do something, I do it 100% with conviction and trusting that it is the right thing. And when I do that, things work out. Every single day I walk divinely guided by my soul. And my soul has, like I said, called to it so many beautiful angels and guides that are so close to God, so close to the divine, that they are part of that team that knows what's good for me, that knows what's best for my human here, walking this earth. And that's why I don't feel scared, I don't feel alone. I know what to do, I know what I want, but I am very, very open. I know exactly what I want, but I'm open to how it's going to manifest, to how I'm going to get what I want, because I know that my soul is guiding me in every step of the way, and I can't plan it all. That's the thing. When you listen to your soul, you can't plan it. You can't be in control all the time. It's the ego and the human and the fight and flight based brain that always wants to control everything. What am I going to do? This and this and this. And I feel the more divinely guided I am, the less I plan. This is the first time, my friends, that I've ever bought, well, I'm going to buy it now. It's been sitting on my phone. I'm just waiting for divine guidance to hit go. The first time that I'm booking a one-way ticket to Germany, to Frankfurt. In September, I'm going to fly, and I have plans to travel around the world. That's what I'm impulsed to do. And I will see where it leads me. And I need to do it this way. This was my divine guidance. Be open. What I want is my highest timeline. I want an exciting, beautiful, amazing life full of beautiful connections, amazing people, exciting times full of love and joy and all the good stuff. But the best, I want the best. And I have to be open and flexible. And my soul is the one that will impulse me to do things. And that's why I'm not afraid. And I also don't care what's going to happen, because I know whatever will happen will be for my benefit, will be for my highest good, because I'm listening. I learned to listen. And right now, this is not optional, my friends. Divine guidance from your soul, that whisper of your soul's voice, it is not optional to listen to it. It is necessary for your survival. It is necessary. It truly is. And you say, well, I can't listen to it. I can't hear it. It's not that hard. A little bit of practice, a little bit of consciousness, a little bit of intent. Intention is everything. If you set the intention, I want to listen to the voice of my soul. If you just set that intention, soul, speak to me. I want to listen to that true voice, to that inner voice, to that guidance that is 100% every time. That's why when people say, who are religious, listen to God, trust God, they're actually saying, trust my soul, that is a part of God. That's what they're saying. It's the same thing, basically, right? So it's not hard. It's very, very easy. Set the intention. I want to listen to my soul. And just go into a little bit of meditation, or with that intention, allow information to come in, allow yourself to kind of brew on this, to think a little bit, to empty your mind, to call it in. Do that, and then you will start to receive messages that you must trust. And this listening to your soul's voice is the one thing that I teach in my inner community. You know about this. I've talked about my course, the course that I offer. And while I've been teaching this course, what has come through is the one most important thing for any spiritual practice, for success in life, for finding your way, is the ability to listen to your soul, to your higher self, to your team of guides. And this is what I actually focus on in that course. That's what we learn and practice every single time we meet. And every single day right now, when there's so much confusion, I'm getting so many messages from a lot of people. Why is this happening? I don't know what to do. This is so confusing. Yes, you have to get back here, back to your own higher self, your soul. I think that's kind of my favorite word in this video, soul. But I can't emphasize this enough. But I know that every single step I take, everything that happens is for a reason, and I trust. I trust that when I do what I'm divinely guided to do, that it's the right step, and whatever happens is to guide me into an even higher timeline. Even if something doesn't work, if I'm guided to do something, it doesn't work, okay, it's for a reason. It's because I need to switch direction. I needed a lesson. I needed to learn something in order to go into an even higher timeline, or into an even better situation, to have an even better opportunity. And that's how you have to see it. You have to trust a little bit as well. Anyways, I wanted this message to be short. Make sure you leave a comment below. If you want an intuition connecting to your soul webinar, I will do it. Any other way that I can help you, I will do it. Okay, we're in this together, and we've got this. Beautiful starseed, you've got this. You're a divine being, and you're here for a reason. And you will survive this. You will come through. Don't doubt yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your soul. Trust your highest divine guidance. You will come through, and we got this. All right. Okay. Love you all. Thank you so much, Natasha, Cosmic Empress.